Is that really an anagram of my name?
Yes, sir. It's
Awesome.
45,000 variations.
Really?
I chose that one.
That's, yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes it ambiguous at the beginning and then straight in there. Hello, how's it going? I thought this was a double C, then I'm going to sit there and I would have been a good start.
Gareth, I believe you've got some things to give away. Would you like to talk about that?
Yes, I have. I've got some gifts for the best questions. They are shit gifts. I will tell you. They're awful, but they're not awful. They're nice little keepsakes. But don't expect anything. As prizes, they're shit. As mementos, they're all right. So don't get too excited. But you will be awarded for good questions. What's it like to kiss John Barrowman isn't a good question. That would be on the other end of the scale.
Would you like to get that one out of the way right now?
He's awful. Really, really bad technique. I wouldn't. It would destroy the illusion if you were to try it. So don't bother. It's terrible. It's awful. I don't get shy or embarrassed in front of him anymore because he's awful. He's a really bad kisser.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's the other scale. And if the questions are that bad, we will, instead of giving you a gift, take something off you. And it'll be auctioned off. So be warned, no shit questions.
I'm just wanting to know what your favourite episode and your favourite line you talked with were.
Oh, there's a lot. Favourite episode would have to be Countryside, I think. There's just something about a science fiction show having the most twisted form of evil coming from human beings. I really like that idea. And it was great to film as well. We shot it up in the mountains, the Brecon Beacons in Wales. Great location in my home. Yeah, it gets a 10 on all categories. Oh, and the best line. It would have to be the mobile phones, landlines, tin cans with bits of string, phones not working, that line. It's just so cheeky and so rude. Funny, so you forgive it. So yeah, really nice line. Hello.
What's it like working in TV and movies and stuff?
It's bloody good. TV and movies and stuff. Well, I've been a couple of movies, nothing big scale, so I can't really talk about movies. TV, though, working on Torchwood and the other guest slots that I've done, it's been great as an actor. It's a dream come true. There's only ever 1% of us of actors that are working at any one time. So A, to get the work is brilliant, and B, for it to be on such a great show as like Torchwood, and to have the fan interest that it's got, and which has enabled me to travel around the world. It's been fantastic, overwhelming, completely changed my life. It's a pretty big fucking list, love. So, but on a whole, it's good. It is good. Yes.
If you weren't doing music or acting, what else do you think you'd be doing?
Smoking dope, probably. Sat back with my feet up, watching Torchwood. Writing letters to Russell T Davies asking him to bring Yanto back. Oh no. That was just a joke. That wasn't an invitation for every... Gareth David-Lloyd said that I should write to you and beg for his job back. Please don't do that. But yes, I'll be chilling out probably, because I can't do anything else. Acting's my life, and art. I'd probably be painting, something where I could, express myself. Hello.
Hi, I was just wondering what your personal take would be and what Yanto's take would be on the 2012 end of the world stuff.
The 2012 end of the world, the Mayan calendar stuff. Let's see what happens then. I suppose quite similar to mine. I mean, there's going to be a big. If nature decides that the end of the world is nigh, then I think nature wins at the moment. Looking at the weather around the world and what the destruction that it's doing to us. I think nature is something to be respected and believe that, you know, if nature decides at the end is the end, and there's not much we can do about it. So let's just see what happens and try and do what we can in the meantime to be nice, recycle, save water, you know, don't drive your car down the shop. Next question. Hello.
Hi, I was just wondering, did you find yourself relating to Yanto in any ways, and if so, how?
I think we share the same sense of humour. It's a dry sense of humour, quite dark sense of humour. But besides that, not really. He's very different to me. I suppose we're all similar. We wear disguises, masks that hide who we really are. But Yanto is very specific and very solid and very concise. You know, it was the suit. It was clean cut. To hide all the sort of chaos which is going on inside. I'm sort of quite chaotic in my dress sense anyway, in the way I present myself. So I tend to let my unorganised insides hang out, as it were. Yeah, so we're different in that sense, and you know, I'm alright with coffee. I can make a pretty decent cup of coffee. I think Yanto was better. I think Yanto was good with numbers and logistics and had a lot of common sense, where I have none. I'm pretty good with directions, so yeah, that's probably one thing. I say sense of humour was the strongest link that Yanto and myself had though. Next question. Good question though. I think I want to. How many prizes have we got? So I know. There you are. No, I will never do pantomime again. Let's get on the way. How many is there, Helen? Round of applause for Helen. So out of 6, you get the first one. It's quite a good question. Next question.
Hi, Tom Price, who plays PC80, tweeted me telling you to ask you questions about him. So what do you think of Tom Price?
He's a bit of a cock, really. He's funny. He's a funny lad. He's all right. And unfortunately, I didn't get to work a huge amount with him. The most time I spent with Tom had been in. What is that noise? Fire alarm! Oh, that was something important. Yeah, I think a huge amount of time with Tom, except conventions. I spent most time with him at those, and he's really funny, really nice guy, and a bit of a cock. Next question.
Hi.
Hi.
If you could have chosen Yanto's death, what would it have been?
Going down in a rain of bullets. I think since watching The Godfather and watching Sonny die in the rain of bullets. Every actor, from a child. I mean, children do it anyway. They're playing war or whatever, and they're just getting gunned down with a rain of bullets, blood splaying everywhere, and then they've still got enough breath for a 5-minute death scene. Something like that. I think that's most actors' dream is to go down in a rain of bullets.
Have you had much in the way of paparazzi stalkers? And if so, has there been more with the new season of Torchwood, even though you're not in it?
Not much paparazzi, and not any stalkers. No. You've been pretty good.
We can start.
Well, it's a long way to go for you, isn't it? My fandom has been really, really great. You do hear horror stories of fans leaping across the table at people naked. But I haven't had any of that. The most touching thing, I suppose, has been I've had a couple of criers at this one. You know who you are. The weepers. And that's really touching and flattering. So that's as bad as it gets. So not bad really. Next question.
Don't fear the weeper.
He's good, this guy.
Just quickly. How do you feel they did Yanto's and Jack's relationship in the series, even though it wasn't? Well, I felt it wasn't overdone. How did you feel they did it?
How do I feel it was written, or you mean in Children of Earth?
I just mean in general, because in the series, in season 2, it wasn't overdone. You could see it was there, which I liked, but the story wasn't written around them, which most series, when they enter some sort of homosexual relationship that I've seen, it usually revolves around them on occasion.
Yeah, this has made it a focal point, and I understand what you mean. Yeah, it was great not only that there was a same-sex relationship in a sci-fi show, it was only great that it was involving the lead character, but they didn't make a fucking thing of it. It was just something that was there, just something that was happened, which, something that was natural and something that should be accepted in every genre of television program. So I thought it was dealt with really well, really maturely and really naturally. So yeah, and in the third season it was made a bit more of a thing. I'll be happy really because I died.
Yanto definitely became less of a twat during the series.
Cheers, man. Good on you. Great present for that gentleman.
How your character developed during the series?
But despite getting less twatty, I think he became more mature. I think emotionally he became more mature. I think everything was very in two different worlds when he started. When the audience started their relationship with Yanto, and because he had this big secret, so everything was like Yanto the butler, Yanto the guy that gets everyone to where they're going on time, Yanto the coffee maker, and then he had his secret dark world which he could let nobody into. And then when that world was breached in Cybergirl, I think that was the start of him coming out of himself and being in contact more with his inner feelings, being able to wear a little bit more of his heart on his sleeve. Which, of course, as an actor, enabled me to be a bit more creative, a bit more fluid and organic with him. So I definitely enjoyed the change from being twat to less of a twat.
Hi, if you could have seen a different side of Yanto be more developed in the series, what would it be?
His ninja skills. Which weren't really touched on at all, but he had incredibly acute ninja skills. You never get to see them now, he's dead, but he really good in the fight. I think he didn't like to brag, so if he bragged and told everyone about it, they were like, "Oh, come out on missions with us, don't make the coffee, you're a ninja." But no, he didn't, kept it to himself. Made the coffee, thought they must have better ninja skills than me, but they didn't.
Apart from the Torchwood audiobooks, have you actually read any of the Torchwood books?
No. I know the synopsis of all of them because you sort of get briefed in case you ask questions. But to be honest with you, I haven't got enough time to read the books, before Torchwood. I've got it on my list. But yeah, I know pretty much what goes on in them, and I get told character things about what happens with Yanto. There's one where he's a girl, isn't there? Which is the one I keep getting told about that I should read. But no, I haven't. Sorry.
Okay, this is a tricky question.
All right, it's a tricky question. Take your time.
Do you brush your teeth before you shower or after?
After. Definitely. It's the last thing I do before I leave the bathroom.
Okay, thank you.
Can we take something off her? Wallet, anything. Convention pass. Passport, anything. Hand something over. Hello.
So, what was your first reaction when you found out they were going to offer you for the show?
Well, sort of see that coming, I suppose, because everyone else had died and I was the only one left. My agent pretty much told me that he was a goner when he said I'd only be needed out of the 5 episodes for 3 of them. Which was a pretty big hint. But I ended up in 4, but it was originally going to get killed off after 3 episodes. But they knew the ratings were going to go way down. They will save it right at the end, as close to the end as they could. It was expected. I was prepared since from series 1, because Kai was supposed to be off in season 1 and he wasn't. He got saved. So from the get-go, and because I was character number 5, the danger of me getting killed was always there. I think Owen's storyline in season 2 was originally written for me, that I'd get killed and I'd come back with the gloves of the undead and then get off to the end. So the danger was always very real, so it wasn't like a big shock or anything. Season 3 was when I was expecting it, really. Hello? Style filmmaking in North Wales for 2 weeks. It was a B movie, but to make a feature film in 2 weeks and finish it and get it edited and get it out there is quite a huge feat. So yeah, I did enjoy that sort of aspect of it. I didn't enjoy wearing a costume that was too small, and things like that. And some of the weather conditions up in the north of Wales were a bit chilly at times. But all in all, I did enjoy the 2 weeks on it. Yes. Hi, mate.
How did you cope in the Children of Earth episodes?
How did I cope? Cope with what, mate?
Acting.
How did I cope with acting? Do you mean as opposed to the first 2 series, or was it? It was hard. It was hard. And so there was a lot more for me to do in the 3rd series, and that is a fair comment. The first 2, it was a lot easier for me because I was in the hub wearing a suit making coffee. But in the 3rd one, I had to get out there, run away from sniper fire, climb up big fiery structures, and sweat and run a lot. So it was harder, but because it was so much fun, I just got on with it really. And I was tired at the end of the day, but it was still fun getting up and going back to work. He deserves a present. How did you cope acting? It's the first time we'd ever seen it. Hello.
Hello. I was interested, when did the acting bug bite you?
When did the acting bug bite me? I've always enjoyed dressing up and playing, and I remember being a youngster, I was always more enthusiastic than the other kids at playing the A-team and pretending to shoot each other and put down in rings of bullets and things like that. So I suppose the age of 3 or 4. But when I sort of realised what exactly it was and what I wanted to do the rest of my life, I was probably about 9 or 10. I'd had a few music lessons. I knew I was artistic. I knew I needed to express myself. And then I did a school play, joined a drama group, and as soon as I got to play a little vampire at the age of 8 or 9, I was hooked. That was it.
Hi. This time last year, I was lucky enough to spend a few days in Cardiff, and just walking around the bay, we stumbled across the memorial fans had created for your character after his death. I was just wondering, what was your initial reaction when you found out people from all around the world were leaving stuff there? And what do you think things like Torchwood and Doctor Who have done for tourism in Cardiff?
First part of the question, I was blown away. I'd been warned or told that there was a memorial there for Yanto. So I went there and had a look at its initial stages, and I thought it's not going to get much bigger than this. There were about 20 cards there. A few flowers, a banner. It was a nice little memorial, and then I thought, he's gone now. It'll stop. And now it's bigger. It's bigger than ever. It's still growing. You can't see for the whole wall. Now it's plastered in cards. And fans have realised that flowers and things and things that aren't covered in plastic, disintegrate. So it's I'm getting metal plaques now, metal cards and proper gravestone memorials, ones that can be weathered. And Mermaid Quay, the guys that sort of run the Cardiff Bay area, they had to put a disclaimer saying, this wasn't a real person. Because a lot of tourists were walking past going, what poor soul bed. And then it was taking them a while to realise that it was a fictional character. So there is, you know, fair play to a nice little memorial saying, this is not a real person. This is dedicated to Leandro Jones, a fictional character that was in Torture with Doctor Who, and it's got the dates and everything, like a proper memorial. That was nice, you know. And for tourism in Cardiff, it's wonders. Doctor Who especially has done it wonders. There's been so much more money now injected into the city, and buildings going up left, right and centre. The Cardiff Bay area is growing and getting more and more like Sydney every year. That's what they're modelling on. Come on, they're like, can't get as good as Sydney. It's going to be a while before it's as good as Sydney, but you know, it's done the city wonders, and the influx of people that we're getting every year is growing, and we're definitely a brighter spot on the map than we were before.
Hi. Yeah.
Hello?
Huge fan.
Oh.
And I just really wanted to know, besides Leandro Jones, what other characters would you die to play?
Oh, now that's a prize. Good question. Well, I like to play Owen Glendower, who's sort of a Welsh Braveheart, I suppose. You know, starved down out of the mountains by the English, defending his country. Yeah, that would be good. Dracula. I'd like to play Dracula at some point. Mac the Knife in a threatening opera. I have already done it on stage, but I'd like to do the film version. Macbeth. I'm not super superstitious, so I will say it on stage. Macbeth. They're all quite dark characters, I must admit. And actually, rather than Dracula, I'm going to change that to Vlad. I'd like to do a film of the original story of Dracula. Reading, trying to about Vlad, The Last Confessions, which is a great book about the real Dracula. It's such a fascinating story. I think everyone gets swept away with the brilliant Bram Stoker's Dracula, but the character he was actually based on is equally as fascinating. Yeah, there's loads, but they're the top 4 or 5, I'd say.
Hi. So you've said a couple of times you'd like to go down in a hail of bullets, which it'd be a pretty cool way to go. I did notice that none of the guys you mentioned that you'd like to play are around the time of being able to go down in a hail of bullets. So is there someone that you'd like to play that would
go down in a hail of bullets?
And who would you like to take you out? Is there any actor in particular?
They'd have to be bloody good. Deal with the ninja moves. That's a good question. That's another bag there. I'm going to come back to that one. Next question. Yep.
If you could have your ideal day off, where would you spend it and how would you spend it?
Ideal day off where I'd spend it walking with my wife and my doggies in Canadian Rockies around a turquoise lake on a crisp autumn morning. And then have a shag in the woods. And then a picnic. Hello?
How well do you think you can do an Australian accent?
Oh, bloody hell. I was doing it without being put on the spot in bloody Sydney, and everyone said it was really good. I'm going to try and do it now, and it's fine. It's rubbish. I'll surprise you in a minute when I'm not thinking about it. It'll just happen. Right? Pretty good when I get go. Gemma's pretty good. I've got a couple of Australian characters I do for Gemma. She likes the Australian accent. There's Brian from Brisbane. There's Brian and Barry. Hello, Gemma. How's it bloody going? Your little mix. Fancy a quickie in the bush? Pretty good.
Well done, mate, because Australian's a very tough accent for actresses to get right. There's been some appalling versions of it, I think.
Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, playing a character that is so different to your own personality, what do you draw on to create it?
Every actor draws on experience, so I suppose it's about taking that emotion and then translating it for the character, and knowing enough about the character to envisage really how they would show that emotion. And with Yanto, it would be very much more contained. I'm quite big with my emotions. If something pisses me off, or if I'm quite physical with it, so it's about making that big movement and making it more contained, more subtle. And what I find work for Yanto is just thinking a mood without actually doing anything. And it would work. It would just be a glint of something in the eye. So with Yanto, it was all about bringing it back and making things smaller and making things more internal and making sure that I wasn't overly expressing.
Hello, Gareth.
Hello.
Just wondering, would you consider voicing an admin?
Voicing?
An admin? GPS?
Oh, I'd love to, yeah.
In an Australian accent?
I would love to, yeah.
Thank you.
True lift, you dirty little bugger. Yeah, the Australian porn sat-nav. How are you?
Do you have arguments with the other actors on Torchwood about which character's the most badass?
Not really, they all know it was me. No, not at all, really. I mean, we're all very nice to each other on set. We are all good friends. We only behind each other's backs do we tell everyone else how much more badass our character is than theirs. And mine was. He was a ninja and nobody knew. Hello? Next question.
What was your favourite episode to film, and was that the same as your favourite episode to watch?
See, to film, there's probably a cross between Countryside, because I was up in the mountains, and day 2, I think, day 2 or 3, the JCB and the action scenes and everything from Children of Earth. But Countryside is my favourite to watch. It just gets me every time. It's funny and it's disgusting.
Okay, last 2 questions.
Oh, how many bags we got left? 1 left. All right, guys. Last 2 questions. Who's going to win?
Hi.
Hello. What's your name?
Matthew.
Matthew is contestant 1.
I was just wondering, what was the scariest episode of Torchwood that you played?
The scariest one that I did as an actor, or as someone, or for me watching it.
Either.
The scariest for me, Gareth, was the one where I had to get naked with John Barrowman. And also disappointing because he can't kiss to save his life. And I think as somebody's watching it, as an audience member, I'd say Countryside is my favourite one to watch. Okay, contestant 2.
What parts of your lifestyle and character are in your areas in Yanto, and what bits of your life would be compared to his normal life?
That's a very good question, and I'd say a lot of my personal life was poached or used or ripped off by the writers in some ways, because a lot of Yanto's background that you discover in Children of Earth is very similar to mine. You know, I'm from a similar type area in Newport, from a similar background, similar working class family, and there were loads of different elements to that was like me. But I don't know whether that was anything I put in the performance or whether it was a nod from the producers to me, but it worked and all fitted into place. If I was to write Yanto's background, it would be pretty much spot on. So I think that was a good organic relationship I'd say, between myself as an actor and the writers and producers that we sort of knew, we both knew without having to say anything to each other before the script was written about his past. But that was a very good question. I think, should we vote on it? Which was the best question? Contestant 1 or question 2? Hands up for contestant 1. Oh, mate. Hands up for question 2. Alright, question 2 gets a goodie bag. Have we got anything else? Matthew, I tell you what, if you come up to the desk, I'll give you some flyers and things. It's a shit present anyway. It's really awful. Thank you, boys. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, please thank Mr. Gareth David-Lloyd. Thank you very much.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being such a great audience. Sorry I didn't get to everyone.